Welcome back to GBGuns. We have yet another blue box from Sarsilmaz brought to us by TR Imports. What's inside is coming up next on GBGuns. So we're starting to grow an affinity for these affordable imported guns. Hard case, lockable, lock holes right there outside of the sliders. We've got our manual, tricolor print, clear images, the gun. We get 2 magazines, cleaning rod, and a bore mop. Nice soft cloth mop. That's actually useful. I'll get the package out of the way and we'll take a look at the Mega from TR Imports. So the Mega, or Killinch 2000 as it was previously known, is made by Sarsilmaz, who is Turkey's largest arms manufacturer as far as I understand it. This one in a nice stainless color. It's an all-steel gun, modeled very similarly after the CZ75B, a classic. So let's show clear and then we'll take our looks around the gun. Magazine does indeed eject, not just release. That's nice. Steel magazines with the witness windows in European fashion of full, doing okay, hey man you're getting low, and the red for being empty. Take a look in the chamber. It is clear. Now one thing with the CZ design is having that slide ride inside the frame, which does mean you've got to really pinch. You can't do any gross motor skill racking like that. So it's going to take some training for Erica and I because we're not quite used to that. But it's been around for a long time. So looking down the business end, we see a very shiny barrel. Slided frame. I'm looking right here, by the way. Nice and clean. Very clean lines. I like that coloring. What do you guys think about that? Smooth on the front of the trigger guard. Some serrations down here and a relief cut for the finger to let you get your hand up nice and high. While your hand's on there, we've got these plastic grips here with a groove guiding the thumb. Controls are in place. Looks like it's down for safe, up for fire. Slide release, slide lock is a little bit of a reach. Fits nicely in the hand. Serrations on the back. There's some glare on that. That is a shiny gun. So looking at our fit along the back side here, slided frame is definitely in there nice and tight, as one would expect. This is an ISO 9001 factory, so everything is made tightly. 3-dot sights. No anti-glare checkering on the top here, but a nice flat edge. And coming around the right side of the gun, fairly clean. You might have noticed the takedown pin sticks out a bit on this gun. That's because you've got to push on it, take the gun apart, which is what we'll do next in our field strip. So field stripping this design of gun involves pulling the slide back until those marks line up and pushing on the pin on this side. Sometimes it requires a bit extra ooey on newer guns like this. And of course it's never the most comfortable to push on. I like to use a magazine. Hold it in place by putting my thumb in the trigger guard there. See how easy that makes it? And then push with the base of a magazine. That way you're always using a tool that hopefully you've always got with you. Pull this pin out, release, pull the trigger, and we can get our slide off. So taking a look inside the frame, very clean machining. That's very nice. I don't know enough about the CZ style of guns to know if this looks CZ75 enough for some aftermarket parts to fit or not, if you're into that kind of thing. We've got an uncaptured spring, which is great, makes it easy to tune for different loads, and an obviously stainless steel guide rod. Take a look inside our slide. Also impeccably machined. Everything looks very nice. Barrel, which is polished better than a lot of steak knives, including feed ramp there. Grab some of our nozzler match ammo and we'll check how the chamber fits. If you weren't tracking as to why we use this, in our test, the nozzler is about as precise as it gets, and so that helps us know if any fit is ammo or barrel. In this case, we know that they're both solid. Do have a bit of play there that can lend itself to reliability, possibly hurting accuracy, but we'll see. Fits nicely. Everything is beautifully put together on this gun. I gotta say, I'm quite impressed. I'll get it back together and then we'll talk about the trigger on it, since I'm sure someone's wondering about that. Barrel back in the slide. Guide rod back on there. And slide inside the rails. These lined up and get back in there. Not quite. There we go. So, it's a single action, double action, which means with the hammer down, you have a long, heavy pull. There's a wee bit of grit there. Kind of hits a wall about right there. And breaks. The single action and reset sits there. Wow, it comes right back to the wall. A little more movement and breaks. Not bad. Not terrible, as Erica would say. Overall, a sharp looking gun. Duty size 15+1 classic with a little bit of flair to it. I'll have to find out if parts fit on this or not. I don't know, would you guys leave this as it is? Try to put some of that fancy aftermarket stuff on it. The safety does leave you in locked and cocked, which is awesome. Up for safety might seem a little bit weird, but here's the thought, is you can come onto the gun and deactivate as you're coming up, versus the 1911 up for safe, down for fire. The idea is that your thumb sweeps down onto it as you get ready to fire. So it's just a different manual of arms. Nothing impossible. And that's a good looking gun. That's the Mega from TR Imports. Let me know what your thoughts are, and we'll get this out to the range.
Hey, thanks for watching GBGuns. If you've waited this long, you either appreciate what we're doing, or you're trying to formulate some type of argumentative comment and get the fight going. Either way, click the big griffin up here to subscribe and see our upcoming videos. Don't forget, by the way, to click on that little bell thing. That gives you a notification, lets you know when there's a new video. Down here is the link for our Patreon. Google revenues have cut. Those covered most of our ammo costs and expenses. If you subscribe to Patreon, you get a sneak peek at some of our videos before they go out to the general public. Those of you doing $10 more a month do get one of our GBGuns patches. These are quite limited because this stuff's expensive. Up here is a video that Google suggests you'll like based on your watching history. I don't know if it's any good or not. You tell me. And then down here is the playlist most relevant to the video you just watched. Keep in mind, some of these videos fit in more than one playlist. I select one, that's what gets there. But anyways, that's the way the channel works, and thanks again for watching.